Welcome to the class for business studies. I'm Mr. William GASAYA. Greetings to all. So before we start, let us first of all pray and then we continue with our lesson today. Let us believe and pray. Our Father who art in heaven, as I want to start this lesson with my student, Father, may you bless them so that they can understand all that we discuss in this lesson, this topic of entrepreneurship. Be with us all. In Jesus' name, I pray and believe. Amen. So, class, first of all, before we go to our lesson, I want to introduce to you what is business studies. Business studies, this is an activity that is carried out either in production, distribution, and consumption. And when we say about business, business is the exchange of goods and services with the aim of making profit. So when we are studying about business studies, in our introduction part, while we were introducing business studies in our first topic, we see that business studies is divided into 5 disciplinaries, that is entrepreneurship, economics, commerce, accounting, and office practice. So in our lesson today, we will be focusing on entrepreneurship. So before we see or discuss what is an entrepreneurship, first of all, I want to introduce to you who is an entrepreneur. So the next slide, we will see a video discussing to us or helping us to know or understand who is an entrepreneur. So I think you will enjoy the lesson. Be attentive, class.
Many of us want to become entrepreneurs. Starting your own business is one of the biggest dreams of our times. But how do you get to be an entrepreneur? Most of the advice focuses on the practicalities, writing a business plan, raising money, finding staff, marketing and PR. We'll go down a different route. In our eyes, at the heart of successful entrepreneurship lies something oddly more abstract, an accurate insight into the causes of human unhappiness. To be an entrepreneur means essentially to become an expert in the things that make life difficult for people. That's because every properly ambitious business is in some way trying to fix things for other people. And the bigger and more original what you're trying to fix happens to be, the more successful your business can be. Because consumer society is now well developed, it may be easy to think that all the big problems out there already have thousands of fixes anyway. Think of all those car companies or pizza outlets or news websites. We surely have enough of everything. What could we possibly add to what's already out there? But to get a sense of the vast opportunities that still remain in capitalism, all you need to do is ask yourself where and in what areas you're unhappy in the course of an average day. Every unhappiness is really a new business waiting to be born. Your frustrations are a nearly inexhaustible source of raw materials out of which the businesses of the future can be built. So while there may already be plenty of breakfast cereals and t-shirts and cell phones and cab rides for sale, there's so much more that frustrates and depresses us. Think of how difficult it is to get on with one's partner, educate children, cope with anxiety, discover what you want to do with your life, find a nice place to live, calm down in the evening. One could go on and on. Our griefs and irritations are endless, thankfully for the budding entrepreneurs. The biggest first step to take towards entrepreneurship is therefore to learn to study your own unhappiness and what might possibly heal it for you and others. When profits decline in businesses, it's really the result of too many people throwing themselves at trying to fix the same area because they can't think of anything more innovative to do, rather than start a new airline, mobile phone company or supermarket chain. And by contrast, healthy profits are a reward for understanding and mastering an area of human distress ahead of anyone else. Of course, ideas aren't enough on their own. You need to take care of practicalities and money, but they won't help you if your original psychological insight into human unhappiness isn't sound. And by the same token, if your insight into what makes people unhappy is razor sharp, and your solutions bold, then however difficult the journey, your business will stand a high chance of making money and benefiting humanity too.
So class, on the above video, we have seen and we have known who is an entrepreneur, that an entrepreneur is a person who identify a business opportunity or a business gap and acquire the necessary resources to start that business. So in the next slide, we will be discussing on the characteristics of a good entrepreneur. So let us proceed and see on that video the characteristics of a good entrepreneur. So when we say about
various factors go into starting a company, including a strong concept and initial funding. But perhaps most important is the entrepreneur, who must take charge of turning an idea into an operational business. While there's no single personality profile that describes every entrepreneur, there are certain characteristics shared by those who succeed. The first is curiosity. Rather than settling for what they think they know, curious entrepreneurs ask questions and challenge the status quo to discover opportunities. With curiosity comes the need for structured experimentation. As opportunities arise, entrepreneurs must determine if they're worth pursuing. They do so by conducting thorough market research and running tests to validate ideas and gauge their potential. Entrepreneurship is an iterative process. New challenges and opportunities emerge at every turn. Entrepreneurs must evaluate and adapt to circumstances so their businesses can keep moving forward when unexpected changes occur. They also have to make difficult decisions and stand by them. Entrepreneurs are responsible for overseeing every aspect of their business, from funding and strategy to resource allocation. Being decisive doesn't mean having all the answers, but rather confidently making decisions and seeing them through. If outcomes are less than favorable, taking corrective action is just as important. Great entrepreneurs are aware of their strengths and weaknesses. Rather than let shortcomings hold them back, they build well-rounded teams that complement their abilities. In many cases, it's the team, not the sole entrepreneur, that drives a venture's success. Entrepreneurship comes with inherent risk. Many things can go wrong, but also go right. The key is to manage the relationship between risk and reward. Entrepreneurs must be comfortable with navigating some level of uncertainty. It's estimated that nearly 75% of new startups fail. The reasons are vast and encompass everything from flawed business models to lack of focus or motivation. While many of these risks can be avoided, some are inevitable. Successful entrepreneurs are prepared for and comfortable with failure. Rather than let fear hold them back, the possibility of success propels them forward. Being comfortable with failure doesn't mean successful entrepreneurs give up easily. Instead, they see failures as opportunities to learn and grow. What differentiates successful entrepreneurs is their willingness to learn from mistakes, continue to ask questions, and persist until they achieve their goals. Innovation often goes hand in hand with entrepreneurship. Some of the most successful startups have taken existing products or services and drastically improved them to meet the market's changing needs. By developing innovative thinking skills, entrepreneurs become well-equipped to spot opportunities. Some think of entrepreneurship as simply starting a business. While a venture's early stages are critical to its success, an entrepreneur's work doesn't end once it's operational. It takes dedication and drive to sustain it and achieve lasting success. If you want to learn more about what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur, explore our online course, Entrepreneurship Essentials, and start turning your ideas into viable ventures.
So thank you, class, for watching this lesson. That we have seen that to be a good entrepreneur, there are some characteristics that you need to possess. For example, you must be ready to take risk. You must be ready to take risk, whichever the business that you want to start or any activity that you want to come up with. Any opportunity that you want to come up, you must be ready to take risk in order to be a good entrepreneurship. You must be persistent, and you must also be innovative and creative in order to come up with a business opportunity. So let us proceed to the next slide, where we'll be discussing uh, now the entrepreneurship. So when we say about entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship is the process of identifying business opportunity and getting the necessary resources to start and run a business successfully and comfortably. So when we say about the process, this is the process. When we say about the process, this is the method or the idea that you can come up with. For example, when you see, for example, something is lacking in the market, you come up with an opportunity of introducing that business opportunity, that idea in a business, and then coming up with that commodity so that it can be helpful to the people or to the society. So we have seen that entrepreneurship is a process of identifying a business opportunity and getting the necessary resources to start and run the business successfully. So let us proceed to an entrepreneur. We have said in our previous discussion that entrepreneur is a person involved in what? In entrepreneurship. And we have seen the characteristic of a good entrepreneurship. Now, to the next slide, we will be discussing the importance of entrepreneurship to the economy. When we say about importance, these are the benefits that entrepreneurship may bring to the society. So, the first importance we will see, uh, the first importance that entrepreneurship can bring to the society is it create employment opportunities. So when somebody come up with a business idea in the society, it will create employment to the most youth. Hence, it will improve their living standard and making their life comfortably. So the second importance is that it create or it help in formation of capital. For example, when a person come up with a business idea, for example, of transacting goods from one region to another, it may create capital to the individual and also to the government, hence raising their what? Their economy. The third importance is that it helps in reducing rural urban migration. For example, when a person identify a business opportunity in a rural area or a remote area, it will help most of the people in the rural area so that they can secure the jobs in the rural area. Hence, they will not be in a position of moving from rural area to urban area, hence reducing rural urban migration. The fourth importance it is that it helps in raising standard of living. Once people have been employed in their various areas, they will find a source of getting or acquiring uh, some amount that they may help them to live in a comfortable and a positive environment without having negative attitude on their mind on taking somebody's property which does not belong to them. Hence, their life may be good and comfortably. So the next thing important is that it helps in saving import. Once somebody has identified a business activity in an area, for example, in Kenya, we are importing many things. For example, those that are used manufacturing of different vehicles in our country. Once somebody has come up with an idea of how we can produce or how we can come up with those raw materials, hence it will reduce it will save import the capital that we could be using for importing such um, materials or those raw materials so that we can make our own car. It will be simple and hence saving what important. The next point is that it help in improving infrastructure. Once somebody has identified a business opportunity, for example in an entered area or a remote area, the government may come up with an idea or may give up some amount of money so that they can help in building some infrastructure such as road, so they can be used in transporting those goods from one area to the other area. The next point it help in making use of local resources. Once somebody has identified a business opportunity, the local resources that are available in our localities, they may be useful. For example, somebody may identify a business opportunity for that they use the material, they use the scraps, they can be recycled so they can be used for another purpose. It helps in promoting technology. When an individual identify a business opportunity in a particular region, it may make or it may push the government so that it can help them with facilities such as computers so that it can help them to to advertise their product to advertise their product to every part of the region. That's what we call globalization. This globalization is where business is carried out in different parts of the region, while in just in one you are just sitting in one point and your business is transacting widely by using technology. So the next point, the next slide, we will be discussing about the characteristic of an entrepreneurship. So in the video that we watched previously, we saw that there are different characteristics of an entrepreneur, and we define who is an entrepreneur. So here we have, I think, 80 points or 8 characteristics of an entrepreneur. The first point is that an entrepreneur must have desire to achieve. Must When we say about desire to achieve, these are goals that an entrepreneur needs to set in order to run what a successful entrepreneurship activities. So number 2 is the ability to solve problems. Number 3 is readiness to take risk. So in the last point, we have seen that ability to solve problems. So if the class, if I have spelled that word problem wrongly, it just uh, it is just so class we were defining on the characteristics of an entrepreneur, and we were in point number 2 where we said that ability to solve problems. Number 3 is readiness to take risk. A good entrepreneur must be ready to take risk. And number 4 must be initiative or innovative, must be time consciousness. A good entrepreneur must be ready to keep time, must be creative and innovation, must be independence and self-confidence. To be a good entrepreneurship, you must be self-confident or self-reliance. So the next point we'll be discussing on the business idea. So when we say about business idea, is what is cooking in the mind of an entrepreneur, creating on prospective business concept. So when we say about business idea, this is what is cooking in the mind of what an entrepreneur to come up with a business idea. So for example, an entrepreneur may went or may work in a certain marketplace and identify that some products are missing. So when he identifies that some products are missing or quantity product or quality products are missing, he can go ahead and come up with those products in the market. Number two is market. For example, if there is an inavailability of a market in a certain place, an entrepreneur may be in a position of setting a particular market in a position in a particular point. Number three is location, management, and objective. So let us now see on the sources of ideas, sources of business ideas. So when we say about sources, what do we mean? When we say about sources class, the these are the where now an entrepreneur can get what we call business idea, where he can get or where he can source this business idea. Number one, he can source them from newspapers. When an entrepreneur is reading a certain newspaper, he can come up with a business or he can identify a business idea in that newspaper. Number two is shows and exhibition. So when an entrepreneur is somebody who can move from one vision to another or from different shows so that he can be able to identify a business opportunity or business idea. Number three is magazines, hobbies, vocational training and experience, survey, waste product, listening to what people say or buy, spotting a marketing app. So when we say about hobbies, this is what somebody prefers most or like doing. So vocational training and experience. So an entrepreneur can be a person who visits the different vocational training so that he can be able to identify or be able to source a business idea. Number two, for example, survey. An entrepreneur can move from one region to another. Number seven, listening to what the people say. So an entrepreneur is somebody who may be able to listen to what people say. For example, they can be able to they are discussing on, for example, this product in the market they are not quality or their quantity is too small. So an entrepreneur can go ahead or can go extra mile to come up with quality and quantity product in the market. The last point is that spotting a market gap. For example, an entrepreneur can identify a business gap in a particular region which are missing, so that he can go ahead and come up with what a business or a market gap that may be able to fill that region that is missing the market. For example, we can say a product like in our country, for example, there are different commodities that are transacted in different regions. For example, here in Nandi, we can see that there are many focus or there are many activities that they are engaging. There are many activities or there are many economic activities that they are engaging in buying, in selling of teas or in planting of teas. That there are many economic activities. For example, in different people, there is no what we call they have different economic activity sources. So somebody may come here in Nandi and come up with different commodities or different economic activity. For example, that one of planting what maize. So thank you, class. I think you have seen the sources of business idea. We have seen that the newspapers, shows and exhibition, magazine, hobbies, vocational training, and so many others. So let us proceed to business opportunities. So when we say about business opportunities, is a favorable chance that entrepreneur concept for investment. So business opportunity, a favorable chance. This is a chance that an entrepreneur may find it good so that he or she can start and run that business comfortably. Number one is in availability of a product. An entrepreneur may identify that certain commodities are not available in the market. So he can go ahead and come up with those business or with those products that are available in the market. Number two, quality of a product. If the quality of the product are not good, or they are not meeting what the government are saying, that they are not meeting the qualities or the characteristics of good product in the market, or they have expired, an entrepreneur may go ahead and bring goods that are quality. Number three, insufficient quantities. If the products are not sufficient to all the people, for example, if the people that are available exceed what we call the product that are brought in the market, an entrepreneur may go ahead and come up with enough quantity, enough goods and services. Number three, in unaffordable prices. If the prices of goods are high, an entrepreneur may go ahead and come up with the solution or the goods that are of low quality. And the last point is poor services. If the services that are available in the market or that are given by different uh, peoples or different sellers, an entrepreneur may go ahead and bring goods and services that may be or that may impress the buyers in the market. So number three, the next slide, we will be discussing on the factors to consider while coming up with a business opportunity. Number one, we have what we call personal consideration. When we say about personal consideration, these are what somebody or an entrepreneur individual must consider before coming up with a business opportunity. Number one, we have what we call objectives. So when an entrepreneur go ahead and come up with a business opportunity, he must set objective to fulfill. Number three, he must have skills. When we say about skills, this is the know-how on how to run that business opportunity that he or she has come up with. Number three is commitment. A good entrepreneur must be able to be committed in his or her a business activity so that he can be able to maximize profit while minimizing the cost. Number four is interest. In order for any business to run smoothly and to be able to earn maximum profit, an entrepreneur must be interested in his or business activity. The next consideration is business consideration. So when you are coming up with business opportunity, you must be able to consider what business business people are going to consider. For example, we must consider availability of market. So in order to earn maximum profit in the market, first of all, you must see that the product that I'm bringing in the market, who will buy them? If there are enough market, so then you can go ahead and bring those products. Number two, the next point is technology. So you must bring product that cope up with or that adapt with future changes in technology. Number four is raw material, the cost of raw material. When you are coming up with a business opportunity, you must consider the cost. Is that the cost more? Is that cost that I'm buying this product? Will it earn me, or will I earn maximum profit that may cover the cost that I spend while buying this raw material? Number four, you must consider government policies. So in order to start any business opportunity, there are some rules and regulations that the government may set, or some standard that the government may set. Is that your business meeting that rules and regulation, or is that business meeting that standard? For example, in our country, Kenya, there 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 is an organization that deals with quality and quantity goods, that is Ken KEBS. So when we say about KEBS, these are Kenya. And when we say about KEBS class, so class we are saying that in Kenya, for example, we have an organization that deals with quality and quantity goods in the market, that is KEBS, that is Kenya various of standard. So the next point we'll be discussing on the business plan. When we say about a business plan is a document that highlights the objective of the business and the step to follow in order to achieve the objective that you have set in your business. Number one, you must consider the name of the business. Number two, product to be sold. Number three, personal to manage. These are people who can manage your business. Capital needed, market to be served, types of employees, projection, summary of the plan. So, class, when we say about the name of the business, in order to start a business, you must consider a name that is unique with a different business. And your name is not supposed to be the name of another person's business in a particular region. You need to find a unique name. Number three, you need to find products to be sold. Person to manage. These are people who will be able to manage your business. These are people who may manage your business comfortably. Number three is the capital needed. You must see that is this the business that I'm coming up with. Will it yeah, will it be in a position of providing enough profit that I will be able to buy the raw material and also to pay my employees? Number three, you must consider the market to be served, type of employee, projection, and also the summary of your plan or business plan. So let us see the need for business. Why do we need business plan? Number one, avoid mistakes. So we need business plan so that we can avoid mistakes. Number two, identify strength and weakness. When we come up with a business plan in any business activity, we will be in a position of identifying where is our strength and where is our weakness. And also requirement by financial. This is the amount of capital that you will require in any business. So when you have that plan in your mind, you will be in a position of having or saving enough capital in order to run that business comfortably and earn maximum profit. Number four is determination of amount of finance. This is the same as this financially, and finance is the same thing. Or also allocation of resources. You must be in a position of allocating your resources in different parts, not depending in just in one source. Number three, motivating factor. While coming up with a business plan, this motivating factor, this is what is pushing you in order to come up with that business activities. For example, if you identify that in a particular region there is an availability of product or there are poor services that are given to the buyers, you are in a position of going ahead and doing what and bring those products in the market. Number three, the last point is adaptability. The business product that you are coming up with in the market, are they adapting to the future changes in production and distribution in the market? Those are the factors to consider uh, in order to come up with business plan so that you can avoid different challenges that may arise while doing what we call entrepreneurship or exchanging goods and services in a particular region. So class, let us proceed to the next subtopic where we will be discussing on the factors influencing entrepreneurship practices. So when we say factors, these are characteristics or features that may influence entrepreneur activities. Number one is government policies, infrastructure, level of education and skills, availability of market, availability of resources, culture, competition, political stability, and natural factors. So when we say about the government policies, these are set of rules and regulations that the government may set. For example, the government may say that if a particular product is not meeting the standard that are set by the government, also an entrepreneur may go ahead and demolish or not to start that business. Infrastructure. Why, once you want to come up with a business opportunity, you must consider infrastructure such as transport costs. Where you want to set your business activity, you must consider some infrastructure. You must consider good and secure infrastructure in order to set up a particular business opportunity, a particular region. Number three, level of education and skills. When coming up with a business opportunity, you must consider the level of education and skill in a particular region in order to come up with that product. If you come up with a product that is unique in a particular region, who will be able or who will be in a position of buying those products? Availability of market, you must consider in a place where there are ready market for that product. For example, if you are distributing, for example, bread in a particular region, you will not be in a position of distributing a lot of bread, and there are no people who can buy those products. If you do such an activity, it will engage you to what we call a lot of losses, availability of resources, uh, political stability, and many other factors, for example, natural factors. So let us discuss on the causes of business success. In order for any business to succeed, there are factors to consider. You as an entrepreneur, are you able to manage people? No, no. Hiring, process of acquiring new employees. So in order for your business to be successful, you must be able to manage people. In order also in a position of employing different employees, assigning duties, you must be able in allocating employees different duties. That's what we call delocalization. You allocate everybody his or her duty that he or she can do best. Number three, we have proper location. You must locate your business in a place that is easily accessible by different people. Availability of raw materials. So in order for your business to be successful, you must be able to site raw material in different parties that may not be that are enough to run your business successfully. So let us go to the causes, the causes of business success. We have seen above there the causes of business success. So these is just a continuation: adequate finance, lack of competition, commitment to business, and proper debt management. So let us go to ethical issues in business. When we talk about ethical issues, first of all, let us define what is ethics. Ethics is a set of values and a principle which influence how individual groups of people and society behave. Business ethics so deal with how such values affect business operation. Why should we have business ethics? We have business ethics in order to create fairness in a competition, ensure fair play, ensure no discrimination in business, ensure protection of the environment, ensure employee rights are upheld, avoid pollution, and avoid consume exploitation. So class, I think you have understand what is business ethics and how are essential in business activities.